So Josh, in this model, we're teaching, training him to duplicate something, and this is that something. We're teaching Josh to go out and find 5 people. And what do these 5 people do? Well, they do what Josh does. What does Josh do? In this approach, at least as the way that Wendy and I see it, is Josh, his first order is at full retail. And then, as he goes about starting to reach out to find 5 people, then he's going to, on that, right after that, he could sign up for $25 as a distributor. So I'm going to write in here $25. So that gives him a distributorship with Reliv. That is a bargain's bargain right there, guys. But what does that do? That qualifies Josh for a 20% profit margin on the people that he goes to work with. And everybody is doing what Josh did. They're coming in, they're purchasing $100 worth of product at the full retail value, the first order, and that's it, just that first order. And that means $500 worth of volume, 500 points of volume for Josh. Josh is at 20% because he came in at that distributor level. And so Josh will make $100. Now, what did Josh spend on his first order? $100. So already, Josh is almost financially out of the woods in this model, and this is the power of this. But he's got this $25 here that will eventually, come back to him many, many times over. So now Josh, and I'm going to introduce paradigm shift number 2. I'm not going to take a lot of time right now. This will be probably the next training about why paradigm shift number 2 is so critical to this. But let me say paradigm shift number 2, because it's something that we really, almost all of Reliv's, our line, that I know of, we haven't really gotten our heads around the power of getting on AutoShip. But guys, AutoShip is so essential in this model to really help people to get to freedom in financial, time, and health freedom. This is integral to this approach. Now, don't get nervous about it, and we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about tomorrow, the pros and cons of AutoShip. There are some cons. There are many pros. I want to just lay it out there. You guys, guys, here it is. This is your business. You have to make a decision about your business. If you see the wisdom of this, if you see the wisdom of this type of duplication and what it means, then buy into it. If you don't, that is perfectly fine. But all I'm doing is I am taking you as far as I can take you with how I've processed through this to get my head around what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, and what the bottom line fruit and result is ultimately going to be if we do it right. Okay, so he makes that $100 income from, now Josh is at 20%, so what is his AutoShip, which he signed up for? His AutoShip order now at 20% is only costing him $80. So all these people, just bear in mind, these 5 people are following right in the footsteps of Josh. So as soon as they get their first order and they determine that, yeah, this is something I want to do, and that's who these 5 are, guys. We're going to talk more about that too in another training. Is who are these 5? What do they look like? What parameters? What qualifications? What describes these 5 people? And that will be, in that next training, because that is an important thing. This isn't just 5 consumers. This isn't just 5 consumers. I really like these products, and I really see the value, but I think I want to get in this, because these 5 have to, one, be willing to, in my mind anyway, to get on AutoShip so that every month this volume that's established is the same and growing. It's not going back to zero like what we're doing right now monthly. So these 5 have to get on it. But then they have to be committed to purposely going out and duplicating what Josh did and find their 5 with Josh's help and with Josh's sponsors' help and with the people up here, all this line of support that's up here that's invested in this approach. Okay, so I hope that's clear. But these are not just 5 consumers that want to make enough to pay for they fall into a different category, and we will talk about that tomorrow. Josh and you and whoever's working with Josh have helped their 5 to actually go out and each find 5, okay? They're each doing that $100 retail. That's $2,500 worth of product. Now, Josh has just moved, because of this volume right here, Josh has moved to the 30% profit margin level, okay? Now, his 5 distributors that he's working with have moved where Josh was last month to the 20% profit margin level. So there's a net difference of 10%. 10% of $2,500 of group volume is $250. But here's the thing, guys, that now Josh is at 30%. He's on auto ship. What is his auto ship $100? What is his 2 bottles of 24K going to cost him this month on auto ship? It's going to cost him a mere $70. And all these people, their auto ship is costing them $80 because they're 20%. If Josh could find 5, if he could, and most people say, oh, yeah, Josh could find 5, sure. Well, isn't it logical then that if this was 25 Joshes, they're each individuals, they each have their own hopes, dreams, aspirations, time, health, and financial freedom, concerns. So they're motivated. If they're in this, they're motivated. So isn't it logical that they could go out over a period and each find only 5 with the qualities and parameters that I've been describing all along? So what that ends up being is 125 on this 3rd level down from Josh. What that does, guys, is that generates $12,500 of volume. And actually, it's more than that because it would be plus this. So I'm going to step aside here, which would put Josh, 1, at an income level, a wholesale income level on this 3rd level down of 10%, because now Josh is a qualifying master affiliate. I'm going to use 10% even though it will vary, and I don't want to get into why, but it will vary just a little bit. But in essence, that's going to mean $1,250 into Josh's bank account on this level, okay? But, guys, look at this number here, $12,500. Question, how much volume does it take for any group volume? Remember, we're built to master affiliate. Here we are, maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months into this. But honestly, in order for Josh to get to 12 or to the 5,000 in group volume that it takes, does he need 125 on his 3rd level in order? No, because he's got 500. He's got the 25. That's 3,000. So in essence, here's where it gets powerful. In essence, as these 25 begin to go out and find their 5 each, as soon as there are 20 distributors that come into this model, not 125, but the first 20, because everybody's on auto ship, that will bump Josh up. If we help Josh to build this organization, when it gets down, and if you know the bottom line, the next 2 levels and beyond, we're touching thousands of people, and we're touching lots of lives, and we're impacting lots of families. That's the power of this duplication model. So there again, I say, here's Josh at master affiliate, probably somewhere in here. Once he gets to 5,000 in group volume, he's there. He's master affiliate. So I go back to this question, guys. In reality, as you can assess and sum up in your own mind, because this is a question you have to answer for yourself. I've answered it for myself. Is it a more powerful position as a paradigm, as a worldview, as an approach to incentivize people to buy in, or is it more powerful for those that have a heart and are driven by freedom, time, health, and financial freedom to dive into this model? We're building layers and layers and layers of leaders, and leaders impact. Leaders are doers. And guys, so in my mind, I say again, in my mind, as far as I can assess this, to help someone build to master affiliate is an extremely powerful approach, and it's an extremely powerful position for Josh once he gets here to that master affiliate level, with an organization in place, a distribution network in place that's on AutoShip. So at the very minimum, each of them are committed to $100. And tomorrow I will finish this out, this just 5 levels deep, and show you the power of that. Most of you know what that ends up being. But we're going to talk about it in terms of why the paradigm shift to AutoShip, and then beyond that. And that'll be the third training, and then we're going to get into, the Bible says, without a vision, people perish. I want to paint a vision that Wendy and I have, how this can end up and what it can actually do longer term, way beyond this. And that's a hard thing to get, but way beyond what this means. And this is extremely impactful, extremely impactful. But we're going to talk about what can you do, what are the possibilities. Because the thing I know is that the early pioneers in Relive worked and met people and talked about, what are your dreams, what are your hopes, what would you like to, and for the most part, I think for the last year or two, we have stopped doing that. We have stopped talking about financial hope streams and all that stuff. We have just settled into a different model. But guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your interest in all this. And we appreciate you taking the time to get educated and to at least find out what Max and Wendy are doing and why they're doing it. Like I say, we're not saying everybody has to agree with this, but at least we're wanting our people to know why we're making this paradigm shift in our approach to this. So God bless you, and we want to thank you for all that you're going to do in your Relive life.